Sunday morning basics, I guess. Well, I'm realizing that I don't really want. Got stuff in my eyes. One second. See, I'm not looking to become a YouTuber, right? I'm talking to the people right now. It's cold in the basement office. I'm talking to the people now who are creators, who might be creating a video and looking for an idea. Okay? So, I come up with a lot of wild ideas because I've studied and I've taught and I've done this for years and years and years. I've started studying the occult, esoteric, back probably when I started university or even a little before. Because remember, back in the 90s, we didn't have access to the internet, of course. As when I was growing up, I was about first time access I had access to the internet was about 1996 when when I went into Memorial University in St. John's, Newfoundland. Right from where I'm from is from Arnold's Cove, which is on the tip of Placentia Bay. Placentia Bay. Yes, that is like placenta, right? So, and that's I come from the islands where my family is, and the southwest coast of Newfoundland, right? So I'm as Newfoundlander as you can get. Okay, you probably notice I got a bay, what they call a bay accent, an outport accent, right? You know, eventually, like a lot of it comes from England, Scotland, and a little bit from Ireland, right? So I have a disability, a cognitive disability. I had a stroke when I was two, right? Can you imagine recovering from a stroke when you're 2.5 years old, right? This is what happens to you. Right? You're 49 years old, and you made some mistakes economically throughout your life. You stayed in university too long, just getting a bachelor's of arts because you love philosophy and history, and you love studying the occult in the Mun Library, late at night, before it closed, reading all kinds of books. A lot of which I actually got again. Like I look, I've every book there is I've studied, and I also got way more electronic books than you can imagine. PDFs that's saved for the years and the original sources, which I usually go for, right? So I go deep in, and I use AI now to assess a lot of my viewpoints, and it adds where I have that cognitive disability where I can't really I study math, but I can't do the formulas to math, right? So, and you might see my eyes a little different, right? Because that's the brain damage on one side of the brain as opposed to the other. So, I have a hard time, putting things together. But as you can know if you listen to my videos, I go really in depth into a lot of ways of thinking that other people have not because I've studied it and I've approached it from an entirely different angle, right? So when I talk about AI, I'm talking about the neural embeddings, the numerosity of it, fractal relations. I'm thinking about different ways. I'm not just talking about what you can do with it. You know? I will get into that actually. Now with machine learning, I got some surprises that I will discuss. Will be going to, but I don't want to do that yet, right? Because I want to be more straightforward. That way, if this channel develops, right, and then people go back to the early videos, they're looking at okay, you gotta watch this video. This really like he's not he's not holding back on anything. So it could be 100 years from now, it could be long gone, and people, my nieces and great nephews, could be watching me, right? Your great uncle Jeff, and I hope YouTube does actually have it. And I do have to save it on my computer. I tend to upload to a server, so it's kind of my legacy too, right? We often think that we gotta be in this age right now that we gotta be famous, we gotta be successful. No, you have to think, and you have to preserve something. That's it. Okay, and that's probably going to go for the future where people are more thinking about, okay, what is the value that I put into the world? Because if we do have AGI at that time, we won't be doing as much, right? Because we're not doing as much as we did in the past. Of course, my ancestors were right now really, really cold, and it's getting goes winter, and they got the fireplace going, and they don't have very much at all because they're fishermen and fishers actually. We use fishermen, and of course, and I won't talk about the feminine and masculine, but women in history, especially history of Newfoundland, were the backbone, right? Even though they did traditional uh, roles at that time, right? And now we are equalizing the genders in our society. And that's people find that really hard, the adjustments, and our relations are being challenged because of that. So, and this goes back to why I post this video. If I spark an idea in you, and you are a creator, and you're like, I could do a way better job than that. Talking about it, video, poetry, music, just message me and just say, hey, I want to collab. I want to use some of your ideas here for this video. And all you have to do is just mention me in the description even, and just put a link to my YouTube channel as a sourcing, right? Because my sources are all original, all like it's back there. That's pretty much. There's a timeline there. Okay, so there's a timeline starting from the earliest text I got to the latest text for the middle two syllables, and on the top is more general poetry reference, and the bottom is more esoteric with a little bit more of like the complete works of William Shakespeare is there, and like a commentary on biblical stuff is down there. I mean, you got stuff like Rumi, you got the I Ching up there, and the Buddhists, Mahayana, Dead Sea Scrolls, Nag Hammadi, basic stuff. And I'm not really going to say anything that you're going to have to source, right? I'm not, like if I say a fact, it's going to come from years and years of study. And you should go check it yourself if I say something like that. And if I'm getting something from AI, I'm going to say that comes from AI. That could be wrong. Because I do a lot of profound things now with ChatGPT, and another one I use Novel AI, and I do have to use Replicate too, right? I'm one of the early adapters, so I got when they went really good, they gave me 500 credits. I haven't got through them yet, right? Amazing stuff. My original AI art goes back. The first one I did was with Runway. Is it Runway or Runaway? Runway ML. They're doing a lot of cool stuff right now with the videos that are animated based on your movements. Like I could just do a lot of crazy stuff here, but I don't worry about it. So they're doing amazing stuff, which is the most of the stuff you see in the music videos starting to be AI right now, right? The good stuff, comes from that. So I generated the first picture probably about 2019. Right? And then I was using GPT-1, back probably the earliest models I can think about. I think it was 2015, but I'm not sure. So when I was starting to use it more on a basic, it was okay, it's there at school. And you just experiment with like, what could it do? What is it generated? And then I went to more esoteric and more history because I wanted to figure out, okay, especially with the Canaanite texts, stuff like that. And then I went to Now AI, which has its models. And I did dozens and dozens of custom modules based on certain texts, based on certain writings, based on my own writings too. I actually write a book I'm not never published. I'm still working on it pretty much. It's called Human Code. I started writing it in 2016, right? And I wrote it that summer and basically wrote the first draft, like, right? But where I'm so messed up in the head, I can study it now. I can still see typos, like, stuff I wrote, right? And it was really very, very straightforward. It is like very formulaic book. It's like there's 5 sections. Each section is based on a line from the original line, which I could share for you if I had it up there. But I'm not gonna I'll do another video on Human Code itself, right? But I'll just let you know that that's there. It's a written book. It's about 60,000 words, and it's so formulaic written that you could not read it. It's like, never attempted to make it readable, right? Just wanted to get it out as a formulaic thing, but it's also written poetically, yes. So kind of like inspired really by Rumi style of making the string poetry. I want to do it in a more formulaic way, right? A more calculated way. But it's basically from like the nature of seeing, perceiving with your eyes, and my eyes are a little different than other people. So I see things because my eyes compensate. So one eye is blurry, it blurs. Basically, I can't focus. Okay, it's paralyzed because the optic nerve is paralyzed because of the stroke I had when I was 2. Right? Actually, I was probably born with it, but I'm not sure because it was the '70s. There's no records of that anymore, especially at Newfoundland at that time. Right? Just after about 25 years after Confederation, we were really poor before Confederation. Right? My dad grew up on the islands of Sunset Bay. They had own electricity until they moved down in '63. So, yeah, I got a friend who's from the mainland. He was like, really? Because he grew up in the city, right, in Toronto. So, the basic reality is that I sort of grew up in a different way and seen things in a different way, and my eyes are actually different. But that goes back to the book and how deep this stuff goes, right? And how I could talk on a video for, I don't know, it's about 11 minutes now. I gotta talk for a while on these videos, you know? And I'm not gonna really name them very fancy anymore, It's like, it's because if anybody finds this channel and starts listening to it, and you got one person watched the video, liked it, and thanks for any likes, your follows, I won't never communicate with a person who likes or follows. I like your like thing, but if you ask a question, right, I will think about it. But the thing is, if you want to use some of my material I'm talking about, reach out to me. Just like, hey, but we'll look into you. We'll see if you're serious or not, because there's a lot of scams out there, and we will work together. And we'll say, okay, use my ideas, but make sure you go with the source. Go back to me saying, hey, this is a crappy YouTube channel, the guy talking in his basement office. But actually, just link to it and let people look at the sources themselves. But when you go with your graphics and your music and you use my ideas in that format and talk about it a little bit yourself, right? And then, we can, because really it's the algorithm. It's the algorithm that people are not listening to deeper stuff, right? And if we just take the move in our algorithms to go deeper, right, in the neurality of this current reality we are in, then we can do an amazing thing. You can grow this. You can take this. Okay, I got to see this video I watched. I do actually have a YouTube channel where I upload things. I do things with AI and everything like that. And I don't actually do that in these videos. I do work with AI, and I want to share my ideas about it, not exactly what I'm doing. I will do videos in the future. Some of the crazy stuff I can do with AI. Crazy. And machine learning, too, not just AI. So, I'm going to end this video now with just saying, if you like this video, stay especially this long, right? Just subscribe. That's it. Right? Just subscribe. You don't have to like the video, right? Just subscribe. Keep an eye to my videos. You can watch them every now and then. I'll try to put a general, okay, what this is about. Especially since this could be people down the road looking back at one of their mom's, grandmother's aunts, uncles, right? So, in the 2070s, who knows? Maybe I'm 100 years old. Maybe I'm still alive. I said one time I'm going to live to be 108. Right? I'm 49 now. Doing pretty good. Halfway. Almost halfway. Right? So, it's not about, for me, really becoming famous or be real well known. It's about what I'm saying right now, the energy, will be used by other people in the future the way they want to. Okay? Because we get stuck. Religion is brought by the fact that you look at great teachings and documents and stories, and then you just get stuck in them, right? You don't evolve beyond what's going on, right? I have everything back there and everything in digital format, and I evolve from it, right? I don't get stuck into it. I'm going through the Bible right now, very slowly, source by source. I read the Bible several times. I read the backgrounds for the Bibles, the biblical, and I'm studying mythology around this area: Egyptian, Greek, Sumerian, from that Babylonian, Assyrian, and even of course the Vedic traditions, and but also the Indo-European mythology behind that and the connections. So going straight from Rome to the Celtic, to the Germanic, the Norse, the Slavic, the Scacians, the Thracians, down to the Greek, and into the Hittite, Hurrian, Armenian, Persian, right? And then you go down to the Babylonian, Assyrian, Sumerian, and Egyptian, and then you go all the way. Now I'm eventually going to study the Pacific, the Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Siberian. It's over on top, and I'm going to try to connect it into North America. And we're going back like 50,000 years once you get the connection, right? Once you get the connectors, just like electricity and electronics, and eventually the world, it will be a system. But we have to take everything in context, okay? So, and I'm doing a lot of studying, right? So I don't have time to do fancy videos, you know. So you have to take the responsibility, like, hey, there's work being done here. I'm going to subscribe to this channel. Just going to keep an eye to it. And I give like 15 minutes every week to watch some of his videos, or half an hour. Like maybe some stuff. And then hopefully we'll get creators here that will build off of what I'm saying, right? And make more stuff. And I really think that taking control of it, the algorithm and the neural networks that we're creating for ourselves, and not letting corporations master it, because that's what marketing is, right? That's what they do, and that's the economic system. That's what they're supposed to do. But we have to be fully interactive with our system, right? Not just led by the algorithm, by swiping and watching and randomly. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, but I gotta realize, hey, it's offering, it says in this video because I watched this. That's a neural network. That's AI in itself. You gotta, and like with anything, you have to take your control of it. You have to understand it, and you have to be active, right? And in the end, it's going to be more value to YouTube if they get more interaction from their customers. I do apply for YouTube Premium, so I do get I don't have any benefits, but I do respect YouTube because it is the most advanced algorithm we have. YouTube is from Google, from Alphabet. They started this whole thing back in 2015 or so with the TensorFlow ideas, and that sort of like you go back to Lawrence Maroney talking about his the whole early TensorFlow and the idea of random forces. Oh man, you go back to random force, the whole random force thing before neural algorithms. I'd still work with random forces in the statistical data sense, right? I'm still exploring them and what the trees have for different sorts of data. So I've gone out for like 19 minutes now. I guess I'm gonna shut down, but like, comment, subscribe if you want more. Then we can reach the creators who want to branch off from certain things I say, and I would work with them. If they ask me questions, I will work with them, and I won't just respond back with AI. I'll actually go respond back. If you give me a serious email or comment and then a message here, I will really authoritatively work with you now, because I don't have any followers really. I got 41. I got a lot of followers. I got almost 50, 49 now, almost 49 followers. And I got one video with 1,000 hits, which is wow. Okay, but now I'm getting like 4 hits or whatever. So just take this seriously. This is not. This is the bare bones. This is the source itself. Just a philosopher, mystic who has attainment, all right, spiritual attainment. In his basement talking to YouTube. Okay, this is as raw as you get it, and the audio even sucks, right? Because again, I'm neurodivergent. I have a cognitive disability. You know, I'm healthy now and I'm really good. But when I was a boy, I was sick. I had 2 open heart surgeries, right? All because of a vein that had a dimple on it, as my dad said. So have a good day, and hopefully we'll get through this week, and we won't be weak. I didn't talk about the UFOs in New Jersey. It's amazing for me, right? But we'll talk about more like that in the future.